Hey guys, welcome back. So I've got another email here that I am answering for you today. Don't forget, I've got ask@eatrunlift.me if you have any food, fitness, or nutrition related questions. So the email that I've got today is, hey Rachel, firstly, thank you for opening up this inbox for our questions. I think this is a great way to get them answered. I had a question about bloating. I often find myself getting bloating, usually at night more than anything else, and it's generally quite severe. I find myself almost looking pregnant. What can I do to reduce the bloating or figure out why it's happening so often? With love from the UK, Sam. Okay, so this is something that used to happen to me so much. I don't get it as much anymore. Like, I do find now if I do get a little bit of bloating, it's typically because I've eaten something which is relatively high in sodium or you know, higher in carbohydrates, like some white rice or things like that. My body doesn't respond too well to that. But it used to happen all the time before I got onto like a low carb diet and figured out all the PCOS and everything. I had no idea why, but in the evenings, my belly was so round. So I definitely can help you out with this one. So bloating can be caused by a number of factors. There can be problems with your stomach gases, there can be fluid retention, it can be from something you've eaten, or it can be from a disruption in your gut flora, which are the little microorganisms that live in your stomach. Now in this video, I'm just going to be talking about bloating. I'm not talking about anything like IBS or any chronic stomach issues. If you do find that you get chronic bloating, if you get severe pain, I would recommend seeing a doctor because that, or like malabsorption, rapid weight loss, that's normally some kind of chronic issue with your stomach there, and these little quick fixes aren't exactly going to help that. So I'd get that investigated. Bloating, most people also do require case-by-case treatment. So I can give you steps and things to try, but there's no one set thing that works for everybody. So first off, I would say exclude an organic cause. So that means if there is severe pain or anything like that involved, get yourself to a doctor and get that checked out. We want to make sure that there is no chronic issue going on. If you know it's not that sort of thing and you know that you're just eating certain kinds of foods and they're leading you to be bloated, then let's move to the second step. The second step is diet manipulation, and to do this, firstly, we want to be tracking what we're eating because there are certain kinds of food groups which do cause bloating in large amounts of people. So these can be things like gluten, wheat-based foods, dairy, fructans, so any kind of fruits and things like that. You basically want to be looking at your FODMAP's food list. So these are foods which are separated into other categories based on how they ferment in your stomach. So if you were to go see a doctor or a gastroenterologist, what they would do is put you on a very strict elimination diet. So this means you would be pretty much just drinking water, drinking broth, and eating very basic foods for a couple of weeks to reset your system. And then they would start adding foods back in to see what they react to. At home, you can do this in a reverse kind of way and remove groups for a few weeks or a few months and see how your body reacts to it. I'll include a link in the description box of a FODMAP's friendly diet list because that shows what kind of foods can ferment differently in your stomach. Typically, most of us, if we are bloating from something, we do have a small suspicion of what that's being caused from. So try cutting out that food group first, leaving it out of your diet for a few weeks or a few months and seeing how you feel. Now, I do have a link in the description box to my journals. I do have a fitness journal available where you can track all of your food. This is really handy if you are finding that you're bloating or you're getting some digestive discomfort. You can look back and see what you've eaten and you can jot down that you've had that discomfort. And it means that every time it happens, you can see if there is a particular food that you're eating which is leading to this reaction later. Foods that I would typically suggest eliminating or cutting out, you know, steps at a time would be gluten, dairy, red meats, artificial sweeteners, and fizzy drinks, as they usually tend to cause the most stomach upsets. My third step to reduce bloating is actually low intensity exercise. Low intensity exercise such as using a stationary bike or going for walks has been shown to reduce stomach discomfort. Number 4 is probiotics. Probiotics are live microorganisms which live in your stomach, so they're also called your gut flora. If you go to see a naturopath and you explain the problems that you're having to them, they can give you the right kind of strains that you want to be on. There are also generic probiotics that you can pick up from a chemist, and they should help rebalance your gut bacteria. Step number 5 is to increase water consumption. If you increase your water consumption, like let's say you have eaten a really high sodium food and that's what's giving you the bloating, increasing your water consumption can help flush that out of your system a little bit faster. My next point, if you are finding this is a recurring problem and it is getting quite annoying, visiting a doctor and getting antibiotics, because if it is something like IBS, antibiotics can help reduce the bloating. This may not be a long-term solution, but it is something that is shown to work for the short term. And my 7th and final point is peppermint oil capsules. So peppermint oil has been shown to reduce muscle spasms, which can aid in reducing bloating. So I've found 9 studies so far with over 700 people, and the peppermint oil capsules prove to be an effective remedy to reducing bloating. I think the most important one for you to take away from this is definitely to be watching what you're eating, tracking your food, learning what works for you and what doesn't work for you, because that is going to make the biggest difference. What you're putting into your stomach is going to directly impact how your digestive system works and how it's able to either absorb the food or react badly to it. So I hope that answers your question, Sam, and anyone else who probably had that question sitting at the back of their mind. Don't forget, I do have that email inbox open, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button with the little bell notification as well, so you don't miss when I upload a video for you. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!